Everyone, Sanhedrin pick Vav Mishnah Vav. So we learned in the last Mishnah that a person was not buried that his normal burial plot that he wrote up atop. He was buried if he was killed, not a person. If someone was executed, was buried in a special Beit Kvarot, a special cemetery, one for Ne'ragim v'Nechnakim and one for Niskalim v'Nisrafim. Okay, but we learned that that burial is not permanent burial. Rather, the way they would do it is they would bury someone, even if a person was buried, they didn't bury them permanently in the ground. Who had space for that? Even Israel today doesn't have space for that. But they would place the bones in a crypt, and they would close the crypt, and then the body would decompose. They would take the bones and do what's called likut atzamot. They would collect the bones and then rebury the bones themselves in a special burial plot. So here too they do the same thing. Nitakel basar. Once the flesh is nitakel, is consumed, is decomposed. Melaktin et atzamot, they collect the bones. V'kovrim otam bimkomam, and then they bury them in their place. There's a certain idea, okay, that nitkael basar. He already had kapara, meaning this person is not the same person. There's a perception that once the body is decomposed, the bones represent what's left of him, his soul, and that soul returned to God, returned to Shammai. Okay, and you bury him b'kivot avotam. The relatives of the executee, they come and they ask the well-being of the judges and the witnesses, meaning we don't hold you against anything. You judged properly. Our relative, our father, our brother, our sister, or whatever, you deserve the punishment that they got, and you meted out justice according to the law of the Torah. Okay, when the person is executed, they didn't do avelut. Okay, about oninim. In aninut elabale, but they wouldn't do aninut. Aninut is an initial period of brief mourning. We'll call it ein aninut elabale, meaning that there's internal grief. You obviously can have grief, but you don't have avelut. You don't do public, so you don't have the public signs of avelut. Why? Two reasons. One, kadesh bizyonam kaparalem. It's a bizayon for the dead, but we want that bizayon. We want that embarrassment and disgrace because we want it to achieve atonement. Again, it's like a very different perspective about, even people we're executing, we're doing it on their behalf in a sense, because we want them to achieve eternal atonement. Some say, when does Avelut take place? Avelut happens, Stimat HaGolel is when they close when the casket is totally covered, when they close the crypt. You can't do avelut because there's still this wicked person, and the kapara, the atonement is completed when the flesh is consumed. And then because you didn't do avelut in the time of death, it's pushed off and you won't do it at all. So either it's in order to increase the bizayon, or the embarrassment, the desecration of the dead for their benefit, so that they'll have kapara. Or once you push off the avelut, you don't do it at all. All right, we'll stop here and dedicate our learning to the memory of my father, Harav Simcha ben Yitzchak Kalman. Have a great day.